Hello, welcome to Lamo Tower. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be doing a general reading for Virgo's Sun, Moon, and Rising Stars. And I have been meditating and shuffling already, Virgos. I'm doing a little bit more shuffling on camera for those of you who would like to see the shuffling. And also, folks, please do like, comment, and share the reading if it resonates with you. And I am very new here to the YouTube community. Feel free to give any advice or comments that you may have for me. And I do sincerely hope that the message from Spirit resonates with you. And if it doesn't, please come back. Perhaps next time it will. And keep an open mind and an open heart as you listen to the readings. There may be something that resonates with you, but perhaps not the whole reading, and it's okay. Alright, we are ready to go. Virgo. We have the World card. We have the Ace of Cups. That is the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, and at the bottom of the card here, we have the King of Swords. All right, Virgo. So, just looking at your card, seeing that King of Swords there, you may be dealing with a King of Swords, a Gemini especially, as we also have that Seven of Swords here. But what it's showing me is that you are starting a new cycle. I know that the World card usually signify an ending to a cycle, but here I feel almost she's entering. This is her face we're seeing. She's entering a new portal, the way that the card is framed. Okay, it's like a dance move, like a the old cycle has already ended, and now she's entering through the portal here to start anew. And I especially feel that way having the Ace of Cups next to this card. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from that. You may be starting a new cycle, and it perhaps from someone from the past, as you have the Six of Cups right underneath that that World card, Virgos, because the Six of Cups here deals with reminiscing about the past. It's also a card of reconciliation. Okay, so I feel like you're leaving behind an old cycle and starting a new cycle, and it may be something that's clearly an emotional new beginning for you with the Ace of Cups here, and you're an offering of a new beginning. The water is overflowing. Okay, and underneath that Ace of Cups, what you have is the Seven of Swords, and that Seven of Swords here shows that this gentleman is carrying Five of the Swords, and two swords are firmly planted on the ground. And what I'm getting from this, the way I usually interpret that card, is that somehow the perhaps with leaving behind that old cycles, all the troubles, the conflict that comes with that Five of Swords are being taken away. Okay, because he's looking behind him as he's going forward, almost trying to see if anyone is following him. Okay, and almost not even seeing or minding those other two cups that at the bottom. So I feel like you had to leave behind some struggles, some, whether it's just mental conflict or actual troubles, problems. You had to leave those behind and starting that new beginning. Okay, when you were making that decision to accept that cup, that new offer, that new emotional offer. And the two swords that are planted on the ground, that's the two swords of decisions. Okay, that's in the two of swords card. We remember that lady was blindfolded and with the two swords crossed in front of her chest, okay, trying to make a decision which way to go, left or right. So I feel like you did let go of the struggles and then you made that decision, and perhaps it was kind of like you had to use all of your mental faculties, and like I said before, it may be something you're dealing with a Gemini because of the way the Seven of Swords here, and we also have the King of Swords. It took a lot of mental effort, a lot of thoughts in arriving to that decision. And we have that Six of Cups here, which also deals with thinking about the past, with reminiscing. That's it's emotional, but it's also a lot of thinking, right? So on that last column there, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles here, that's the only Earth card that we have here, Virgo. So that may be you. You are the queen. You're sitting on your throne. On this depiction here, in this picture, we're seeing the back of the Queen of Pentacles, and there is a bird that is sitting on top of the throne. I believe that's a rabbit. Yes, it is, isn't it? There is a rabbit behind the queen, and I want you to see the front of it, because it's such a strong picture of that queen. She looks so strong, kind of like she's planted in that throne. She's part of the environment, and you can see that there is new growth, right? There are like plants growing from her throne. It's been there for a long time, and she's not holding the pentacles or looking at it admiringly the way we used to seeing it in the Rider Waite. It's sitting on, it's almost like it's too heavy for her to hold. She's just holding it into place, but it's sitting on the throne itself. Okay, it perhaps could even be part of the throne. I felt like I needed to reverse that card so you could see the other end for some reason, but there's a message there for you. And then you have like that bird on top, which is the messenger, which is also her connection to the spirit world. Okay, so this is a very strong woman. She's raised her children. This is the family card, and I feel that I get a sense that's you there. And in this card here, she seems quite mature, like a mature person. You have reached a certain level of maturity. There's no need to caress and staring, admiring that pentacles, because you've already received all the benefits you could get from that pentacles. You've already made all the use of it, okay? And the way that I pulled that card, it's the back of it that we're seeing, and the picture we see, it's almost, you cannot even see the city. It's almost all you can see. You can tell she is in a castle, because you may not, the camera may not pick it up, but these are the tall walls of the castle that you're seeing here and also here. So the earth is a castle, okay? She's quite comfortable. So that new beginning that you starting, you will feel very comfortable. You will end up, whether it's in a new house, it's a new city you're gonna find yourself into, you will be quite comfortable. And we have the Eight of Wands underneath that queen. It's almost here, and it's also quite lush, that Eight of Wands. There's so much greenery. It's like in the middle of a forest. It's telling me that there will be communication, and it might be you have to travel to a new location, or someone will be coming to you from a distance. There's a bit of land travel there. That's what I see. Or perhaps your kingdom is so wide that you can sit in your castle and you're governing all over the place. Okay, but what I'm getting here most of all is that most of all is that you left behind a past that caused you a lot of trouble. You're starting anew, something that's gonna be quite promising. The environment's gonna be lush. You're gonna be sitting pretty on your new castle, and what you're gonna be receiving is open communication. Any obstacle that was in your way will disappear, perhaps even overnight, because the eight of wands is also quite fast moving. Okay, everything will happen very fast for you. Almost once you make that decision, it's gonna be boom boom boom, and then you there. Okay, that's the connection I'm making here with that eight of wands, because that's all you see, those ones flowing in the air. You don't see anything else. There's no house. It's traveling. So after you make that decision, you may have to travel, Virgo, to a new location to reap the benefit of that new beginning, to so you can get to your castle. Perhaps someone else will have to travel to you. And with that king of swords there facing your reading, what I also get is that it's gonna be very easy for you. You're gonna be very decisive in making that new decision. It's gonna be very decisive. You're gonna be very clear on your path forward. And again, it could also be perhaps a Gemini man, some kind, or Libra, or even Aquarius person that you're dealing with. Maybe that person that have to travel to you. Okay, so you can start that new beginning. Also, they can start that new beginning with you. And I will take a mystical shaman oracle card for you. I like to take the jumpers and those, but oh, okay. I will not take the one on the ground that fell on the ground, but I will take the one that flipped on the table. And we had two actually. There was another one facing up on the deck. We have number 43, the rattle, and number 28, the jaguar. And for those, I'm gonna refer to the book. This book, I really like these cards as they're very deep. It's the spiritual message that's in there. That's like when I want to do a reading that deals with my spiritual development, especially, I pull out those cards because it's so deep, the meaning of those cards. And every time I get something else, you know, my eyes go to something else on this card. And it's funny, I almost want to read that card for you, the rattle, so you can hear, Virgo. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. And clearly, this is what I get here. Basically, you are stepping into a new partnership with the divine. So that new beginning that you are starting, that Ace of Cups here that's being handed to you, it may be not just a romantic relationship. It may be, but just like he's saying, for some of you it would be a new relationship with the divine, a new a spiritual new beginning. Okay, that you'll be starting. And the jaguar deals with for you to push beyond any kind of limitations or boundaries. Okay, to toss all cautions aside and know that your instinct will serve you well. And the jaguar is fierce, and the I get that with the eight of wands, that any obstacles in your way will dissipate. Okay, and you have to follow your instinct. You're following your instinct in making that decision here and the seven of swords to go forth, to leave behind the troubles, to step into the new, and to carry yourself forward. And so just know that there is a spiritual aspect to that journey you're stepping on, Virgos. Okay, to trust your instinct in that new beginning, and to know that you are in partnership. The decisions you're making in your new beginning, you are entering into a new partnership with the divine. And I will take a woman's angel cards for you. And here we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And yes, that makes perfect sense to me. Okay, let go the old, let go the Five of Swords here that the guy is carrying, let them go, and then forgive and learn and leave them behind. Release and heal the past and step into that new portal that we're seeing that lady stepping into here in that world, on that world card. And then so you can experience more love. You can sit pretty on your throne there looking strong in partnership with the divine. You take that Ace of Cups, which is quite a bit of abundance, emotional abundance. Okay, I wish you the very best for those last 2 weeks, and come back